What if I told you the US once tried to win a war using bats? Not just any bats. Bats with bombs strapped to their stomachs. Thousands of them released over enemy cities to ignite chaos from within. It sounds insane, almost like a supervillain plot, but this bizarre weapon was real, and during a test run, it burned down a US base before it ever reached the enemy. It was 1942. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, the US was desperate for unconventional ways to strike back. That's when an unlikely proposal landed on President Roosevelt's desk, one involving Mexican free-tailed bats and tiny incendiary bombs. A Pennsylvania dentist named Lytle S. Adams had vacationed in the Carlsbad Caverns and was struck by the sheer number of bats nesting there. His idea? Use their natural behavior against the enemy. Release thousands of bats over Japanese cities. As daylight came, the bats would hide inside attics, barns, and under roofs. Then boom. Timed explosives would ignite fires all across the city. Surprisingly, the military approved it. The project was codenamed Project X-Ray. Scientists got to work designing tiny timed incendiary devices light enough for a bat to carry, yet powerful enough to start a fire. Bats were chilled into hibernation, then loaded into bomb-shaped canisters. These would parachute down, open mid-air, and release the bats to awaken and scatter into buildings below. But something went horribly wrong. During a test at Carlsbad Army Airfield Auxiliary Air Base, some of the armed bats escaped. They flew into nearby hangars and set the entire base on fire. Several buildings were burned to the ground. The very weapon meant to destroy enemy cities had torched its own creators. The project was quickly put on hold, though damage control tried to keep it quiet. Despite the chaos, Project X-Ray wasn't immediately abandoned. The military still saw potential, but the timeline was slipping, and costs were soaring. Over $2 million had already been spent, nearly $35 million in today's money. But then came a new weapon, one that would change the world forever. The atomic bomb. Suddenly, bat bombs seemed primitive, even childish. And so the project was scrapped. The files were buried, and the world almost forgot about America's army of explosive bats. War has seen its share of strange inventions, but few as bizarre as the bat bomb. A flying mammal turned into a living fire starter, created in desperation, and ended by disaster. Ironically, in its failure, an even deadlier weapon was born: the atomic bomb. Not every idea makes it to the battlefield, and maybe that's for the best. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe for more. Was the bat bomb genius or madness? Drop your thoughts in the comments.